and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I will be doing a reading for the sign of Leo for the month of July 2023. I hope all my Leo friends are doing well out there. Do let me know in the comments section how things are going for you. As you know, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do resonate and leave the rest for someone else. I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we have the Seven of Swords, clarified by the King of Swords. In the obstacle position, we have the Ace of Swords, clarified by the Eight of Cups. And in the future outcome position, we have the Ten of Cups, clarified by the Five of Pentacles. And in the future outcome, we do have position, we have the Hanged Man, clarified by the Ace of Cups. So let's begin with the past position. We do have the Seven of Swords, which is an interesting card, and I'm kind of happy that it is in the past position because the Seven of Swords is all about breaking the rules and getting away with something. You know, there's an age-old saying that says, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Sometimes you have to cut corners. Sometimes you have to break the rule. Otherwise, you know, you're never going to get anywhere. I don't generally advise breaking the rules, but sometimes, like I mentioned, you know, there's just no other way in order to have the progress that you need in your life. Sometimes that is just the best course of action. However, even though you gain an advantage, at the same time, the swords always have a cost associated with it. So every time you get the sword card, even if it is a positive card, there's always some sort of a cost that's going to come back on the back end. You know, you are definitely, you have a lot of progress, you're moving in the right direction, but it's also important to make choices that is in alignment with your values. And sometimes when you have the Seven of Swords, it could be a card that, you know, reminds us that occasionally you can, you know, do something that doesn't align with your values in order to get ahead. But, you know, you always have to be on the lookout for that price that comes along later on. You may have gotten an advantage over someone. So it could have been a situation where you had to, you know, omit telling someone a piece of information and then just take advantage of it yourself. It could have been that you gained an upper hand over someone else in a situation because you felt they did you wrong. And so you were trying to kind of get back to higher ground, to a more advantageous position. Definitely it's a strong combination because you also have the King of Swords here in the clarifying position, you know, and he is someone who's really great at solving problems and communicating and getting straight to the point. So, you know, it is a combination from which you've learned a lot, you know, what to do, what not to do anytime you're in a situation that has difficult options or the alternatives you don't really care to have. You know, trying to make a choice, you know, when the options that are available to you aren't that great, you know, it's always challenging. So you did an amazing job, you know, doing the best you can with what you had available for you. Now, you do, however, have the Ace of Swords in the obstacle position, which tells me in the month of July July, you're going to be experiencing some confusion, maybe not understanding elements of a particular situation as clearly as you need to, And so the communication may also be a little bit straining. It could be a little bit difficult because you're talking about one thing and the other people or parties are talking about something else. So, communication may be a little bit challenging for you in the month of July. So make sure you do, the best you can in order to prepare. If you know you're going to have to negotiate, if you know you're going to have to defend your position, if you know you're going to have to put forth your position because, that is something that you want, maybe with a loved one or a coworker, make sure to think about it so you are prepared so that your communication has certain points that will help you achieve what it is that you're trying to achieve. It's interesting that you have the Eight of Cups in the clarifying position because this confusion is coming from something you're trying to avoid. You know that there's something in your life that isn't really great, that you need to kind of maybe stop, putting in energy and time and walk away. But you're not doing it because you're scared, of the unknown. If I walk away from this, like, having a relationship with a friend that isn't that great, but, that friend satisfies a specific need, or maybe, working on a project that isn't going that great, but you've already put so much time and energy into it. So it's kind of hard to walk away. Sometimes you have to really weigh your options, and sometimes you have to really realize that it's life will ask you to start over at some point, whether it is a specific situation or circumstance or a connection that you may have with someone. Doesn't necessarily have to be like a lover connection. It could be a friend connection, a worker like colleague connection, but sometimes in life you have to kind of, even though you've invested so much time and energy already, and it's kind of like, ooh, I'm gonna walk away, but like I've done all this, how, that was done for experience. That was done to polish your skill, to establish knowledge, to kind of expand, your views. So never think that prioritizing, more important things in your life means you are kind of walking away from something and that's it. You're always going to use that experience and knowledge in something else. There is no necessarily a loss. Sometimes it feels like a loss, but there isn't really a loss because of that experience and knowledge and know-how that you've gained, by building and putting in time and energy in a specific connection or situation. And it's interesting that in the present position, you have the Ten of Cups clarified by the Five of Pentacles, because it tells me that you may be feeling trapped in the month of July in a specific situation. You know how sometimes you have a job that you absolutely love, but it just doesn't pay, as much as you would like for it to pay. Or it could be that you are in a connection that is absolutely great, but there's not enough stability or security in that connection. So it's important to kind of, again, change the perspective, look at things differently. And that's why you have the Hanged Man in the future outcome position, because the Hanged Man is all about having that realization about your life and how to move forward in a way that, you're going to feel emotionally satisfied, but at the same time, you're also going to, have the stability and the security that you need, that you're going to realize your potential, that you're going to feel like you are moving forward towards your goals and your dreams. The hanged man is basically there to ask you to let go of a certain attachment to a specific position. When your perspective changes, so does your view, so does your understanding. You start to see things that you did not see before. You start to see advantages where you did not see them before. You start to see disadvantages. Sorry about that. When you did not see them before. I think the allergies are just getting to me. Oh my gosh, it's just, I'm sneezing nonstop. My eyes are watering and itching. It's rough. It is really, really rough. But you are definitely, as a result of the hanged man, you're experiencing this new realization in your life that's going to give you new feelings. You're going to, sorry, you're going to develop new feelings. You're going to experience new feelings as a result of the change of your perspective. Let's see what the energy oracle card has for us. Woman holding a heart. Heart energy is very, very important. The heart energy is going to make you focus on what's happening in the now rather than think too much. The heart enjoys feeling rather than thinking. And, be on the lookout for someone with feminine energy, very strong, divine feminine energy that's going to help you see things in a new way. We also have the angel and ancestor oracle card, and we have guardian angel. You are not alone. Definitely know that you are protected. Definitely know that you are protected by your angels and your ancestors. And there's also a message that is going to be coming to you. So pay attention to different synchronicities that are happening all around you, because that is going to reassure that you are protected. That feeling, is going to be there, that you are protected, that you are being guided, that you think, oh, I just, ended up in this place at this time. No, you've been guided to this place at a specific time, everything is happening in such a way that you're guided there. You didn't just end up on this road at such and such time, or you didn't just end up in this building at such and such time. You were guided there. And the more you pay attention to the signs, the more easier it is for you to manifest wonderful things into your reality, because you're working with the universe. So the hanged man, there's a little bit of a red flag, because, when you get the hanged man, you don't want to create too much resistance. When our outlook or perspective changes, sometimes we resist it because we find comfort in the way we always thought. And so in order to be, kind of accepting of whatever is coming towards you, you have to realize that your ancestors and your guides see things from a much higher perspective. They have a much bigger picture of, your path, of your destiny, of how things and the elements are coming together. So you have to trust in the unknown, and you have to know that you are being guided. And you're not alone to begin with, because there's many variations of you. Every time you make a decision, a whole new parallel universe is created where you are living. So you can't be alone, because there's many different versions of you that are existing simultaneously as you do. So just that little fact tells you that you're not alone. You're also very much protected, Leo. And your, birthday season is coming about, so you're going to feel stronger and you're going to feel better. You're going to feel that power surge inside of you that's going to help you and propel you and move you forward. I hope you enjoyed this reading, dear Leo. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Please don't forget to visit me on Instagram, as well as on the face group. In the face group, definitely drop by and say hi. That would mean a lot to me, and I will see you next time.